Yo guys, what is going on? Welcome back to American Truck Simulator. Today we have the video I think a lot of us have been waiting for. It's the Retail Stories one. I'm actually going to be doing part 1 today in this awesome Volvo with the American flag paint scheme, and we're going to be hauling some scrapped cars. I've never actually seen this load before, so it's probably a brand new load that came with Oregon. Never seen it before. I don't think I've ever seen anyone haul it before. But as you can see, we got a flatbed of a bunch of scrap cars wrapped in chains and plastic and a whole bunch of other shit and wiring and rope and all that other crap. So yeah, that's what we're going to be hauling today. It's going to be, what do we got here? 42,360 pounds of scrapped cars to Klamath Falls, going to the steel place. So without further ado, let's go ahead and start this puppy up. Let's get out of here so we're not going to be late to arriving to our destination. There's only one way out of this place, which is this way. Which really sucks, but there's nothing I can really do about that one. We got our flatbed here. They got a silo over there, which was another load that we could have taken, but I decided to go with the scrapped cars because I have never seen this load before, like I said, so a little bit different. It's a little bit different. I'm getting tired of hauling like box trailers, and I didn't want to do another special cargo one, so I decided to go with this one instead. Looks like we're making a left out of here and an immediate right. Oh god, I did not realize that cars were going to be coming through this way. Alright. Alright, just to warn you guys as a disclaimer, I may seem a little bit irritated in these stories, but that's because they kind of irritated me a little bit whenever it was happening. But you learn to keep your cool. You learn to not say anything so you don't get in trouble or get fired or nothing. You kind of just learn to keep your cool. You learn to just say, yep, I'm sorry, blah, blah, blah. You apologize, and that's basically all retail workers can do if you're not like a manager or something. Now, if you're my old manager, he would not give a shit. He would just walk away, say goodbye. He would walk away and you would not get what you wanted. If you're crying for a refund because your TV didn't work, he didn't have a receipt or anything that showed you purchased it at our store, he'd just walk away, say goodbye, and that's it. That's what I liked about him. I learned a lot from him working retail. Like, whenever I first got in trouble, it's like, yeah, whenever I first got in trouble for something like that, like I was rude. I wasn't really rude. It's because they didn't have something that they wanted. They told the manager on me that apparently I was being rude because I wouldn't show them where it's at even though it's out of stock. And at that point in time, I'm like, oh shit, I'm getting fired because of my job. I knew that I was supposed to be like customer first, blah, blah. So I thought I was going to get fired because I never worked retail before. Nope. They just kind of told me it's whatever. He told me it was whatever, blah, blah, blah. Don't worry about it. Can't please everyone is what he told me. And that's the kind of motto I stick to today. You can't please everyone because you truly can't. You can't literally please every 7 billion person on this planet. You just can't. You're going to have some haters. You're going to have some dislikers. You're going to have a lot of people that are jealous of you. But you know what? That's okay too. I mean, yeah, you got a lot of friends, but you know, the more haters you have, probably the better. So that means there's people that want to be just like you, that want to be you, blah, blah, blah. They can start shit. They can start shit, but it's, you know, it's whatever. It's whatever. It's whatever. That is a very short flatbed. Holy crap. I would hate to be hauling that piece of crap. Luckily, we're hauling our scrap cars here. It looks just like a road I used to take to my ex's house with the railroad tracks. Just a straight path of road and then the railroad tracks. We'll be taking a right-hand turn over here. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get started on the stories. This first one was actually one of the first stories that I had working at Target. Basically, I started working there December of 2015. So it was around January 2016 when I had a lady come in with like 3 carts of Christmas clearance. Now, this was when Christmas clearance was about 70% off, so like everything was probably very cheap. Like you can get Christmas lights for like 10 cents, 20 cents, 30 cents. Like those 100-pack lights. Yeah, those are very cheap, even for me. Like, I would do that. So I had a lady, an older lady, come through with about 3 carts worth of crap. Christmas clearance crap. Total came out to be about $360 something. I believe it was like 360 something. Yeah, 360 something. And then after scanning like every single thing, she says, "Oh, that's too much. I don't want any of it." At that point in time, I was so fucking irritated because I literally went through and scanned all of your fucking items in your 3 carts, and you're gonna sit there and have the audacity to tell me that you don't want anything because it's too fucking expensive for you. It's like, what the fuck? That irritated the shit out of me. Like, you guys have no idea how much that irritated me. Oh, this is pretty cool. I like this area. The little, like, interchange thing they got going on over here. That's pretty cool. Entering Vale. So I think we'll discover Vale. Unless we haven't already. I think we already have, though. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I think we have, though. But yeah, like, $360 for Christmas clearance, and you bought 3 carts worth, and you're gonna complain that that's too much? Like, really? And everything was like less than $1 mostly. Some things were probably a little bit more than $1, but literally almost everything was less than $1. And you're gonna sit there and complain to me that that's too much and you don't want any of it? Like, what? After I've already bagged everything? Like, what the fuck? Like, seriously. If you think that's too much for you, you shouldn't have grabbed 3 carts full. Oh man, that was probably the first story, and that was the first thing that actually irritated me working there. But yeah, you come to you live and you learn. Like, you learn to deal with it. Like, you know it's retail. People are gonna be stupid. Blah 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 blah. You know it. You know it. Even at my new job, there's people that are stupid as hell as well. So I mean, nothing you can really do about it. Nothing you can really do about it. There's another lady. It was about that same time, maybe like a few months after that. My truck is tipping. Holy shit. But I want to say it was probably like a few months after that. She was buying a whole basket full of like air fresheners that like those Glade ones that you plug into the wall and everything. Yeah, she was picking up a whole basket full of those. And apparently she read the sign wrong. Well, she was saying that there was some certain price that they weren't ringing up for, blah blah blah. Apparently she had, fucking Christ, like, no, I did not mean to hit that guardrail. It's kind of hard looking at my notes and then looking at the road at the same time because I couldn't remember all these stories. I actually had to like write them down on post-it notes and stuff. But yeah, she read the sign wrong, and then she still demanded them for the same price that the sign said, even though she read it wrong. And it's like, that's not how this works, lady. That's literally not how this works. I'm like, you really... So I call the supervisor. They explained to her the exact same thing I said. Just because you read the sign wrong does not mean you're going to get it for that price, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, really? Like, I mean, I understand reading shit wrong, but, like, how stupid can people be? Like, I got to tell you, in working retail for 3 years, I've met a lot of stupid people in my life. Now, it doesn't mean retail is all bad. It's not all bad. But you will get a lot of idiots. You'll get a lot of crazy people, weird people, but you also get a lot of cool people too. And I have some stories of some cool people as well, but this is more meant for the idiots that I met within my 3 years at Target. And then so-and-so, and I'll probably have stories at every job about that as well. So I've met maybe about 2 or 3 ones at the store I work at the place I work right now. So I mean, not the worst thing in the world, but I've only been there for 2 weeks, so nothing too fancy just yet. But I mean, it is a small town Dollar General store, so there's really nothing bad about it. So, but there's another lady. It was probably around the same time. Actually, this was when I started working back in electronics. I was a cashier for about 3 months, and then I finally got moved back to electronics. So this was when I finally got pushed back there. I had a lady call, because we take care of electronics. We take care of like baby hardlines, which is like your diapers and like baby items that's not clothing, toys, sporting goods, and seasonal. And I had a lady call me, ask me if we had a certain bike in stock, and I said, yeah, but it's in the back, it's unbuilt, we can't sell it to you because we cannot sell unbuilt bikes. It's against like company policy and stuff. And then she asked me if I could go in the back and build it. I told her no, because I wasn't trained in bike building, which I really wasn't trained in bike building through Target, but I know how to build bikes, so I just didn't want to do it because I was electronics and I had other shit I had to deal with instead of building her a bike, which could take about an hour or so, depending on if everything's in the box and everything, and depends on like how big the bike is and whatnot. But she decided that she's like, hey, you build me this bike or I'm calling corporate. And I'm like, you're gonna call corporate on me because I didn't build you a bike. Why are you slowing down, bud? Great, now you're gonna go up this hill without any speed. Thanks, asshole. So yeah, like, she threatened to call corporate on me because I did not build her a bike. Because I told her I was not trained to do it, and I told her our bike builder like only came in on Thursdays, and I think she called them like a Friday or a Monday or something. I don't remember. I think it was actually before Thursday. Yeah, it was before Thursday. So she's going to call corporate on me because I wasn't trained to build her a bike. I even told her over the phone, I'm like, look, if you want me to build you a bike, it's probably going to fall apart just because I don't know how to build bikes. And then she told me that's fine. I'm like, what? It's like, I don't think half of them think before they speak whenever they get angry because you're not doing what they want you to do, basically. I feel like half of them just don't even think before they speak. They just kind of say what's on their mind, basically. And it's like, whenever she said that, I'm like, yeah, I know, she's probably angry. She's not thinking. Blah, blah. So she asked to speak to a manager. I gave her to a manager. Manager said, don't worry about it because you're not trained. You can't really do nothing. I think she did call corporate, but, like I give a fuck. They can fire me. I mean, they can fire me. I could care less. I didn't really care, so. But, I mean, yeah. It's whatever. It's whatever. You learn to deal with it. Probably gonna have to go to this way station. All trucks over 20,000 X-ray. Damn it. Oh, bypass. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So yeah, even though Black Friday was just recently, I did actually work on Black Friday and Thanksgiving. Which, at a small town Dollar General, it's not the worst thing in the world. But the first Black Friday I had at Target, I actually survived it. Magically. It wasn't as bad as everyone says Black Friday is. Like, you get all the fights and everything. I mean, it wasn't as bad. There was a rush about for like the first hour or two. That's when like everyone lined up was going through the door and everybody was rushing through the doors. But it's not the worst thing in the world, Black Friday. I mean, yeah, it's a lot to take in because you have so many people and it's like more than usual. But it's not really the worst thing in the world. But there was the first Black Friday. I did have one person get angry at me. Just one person. Okay, so we're coming into Burns. This guy's turning. Oh, we're just changing lanes. So I'm actually just gonna chill him. I'm gonna get. Actually, I'll just chill in this lane. No, I gotta take a right, so I'm gonna get in this lane. But yeah, I did have a lady get mad at me the first Black Friday just because she was looking for Madden 17 for, I don't remember what console, I think it was Xbox or something, but I told her we were sold out because we were sold out. I had just sold the last copy out of the case to someone else. So she says, alright, whatever. So then, about like 10 minutes later, she finds me and she asks me, are you the one that helped me? I said, yeah, and she points it up and she's like, what is this? I'm like, where'd you find that? She's like, just sitting on a random shelf. You told me it was out of stock. And I'm like, how am I supposed to know if a game is just sitting on a random shelf in toys, like, freaking down from where I'm at? How am I supposed to, like, magically see a game sitting on a shelf over there? And you're gonna come back to me and tell me to complain about it? I said it was out of stock in the case. You can go look in the case. It was gone. There was nothing there. And she's gonna sit there and complain to me because she found it on a shelf and I told her it was out of stock. Like, how the fuck does that even work? How in the fuck does that work? So she asked to speak to my manager, blah, blah, blah. And at this point in time, I'm pretty used to having people talk to my manager. The manager said the same thing. Who cares? Who cares? Who cares? Who cares? But yeah, other than that, I really haven't had any other things on Black Friday. If I did, they're probably in my notes somewhere. I just haven't gone through any of the stories yet. But I feel like we're going to be turning into a one lane. This dude's probably going to want to go first. So we're going to be following his ass again. Yep. Go, buddy, go. That's dangerous. That trooper should be on the other side of the vehicle. Oh yeah, I don't think there was anything else this second Black Friday I was with them. I was not with them for a third Black Friday though. I ditched right before that, so about 2 weeks before Black Friday. So I'm very happy about that. But another lady that got an attitude with me over our return policy, because at Target everything is 90 days, unless it's like specified on your receipt. Electronics, anything electronics is 30 days for a return policy. So this lady was on the phone with me. Actually, I don't think she was on the phone. I think she was actually in the store trying to return a pair of Beats. So I'm like, okay, let me see your receipt. She says she didn't have one. So I'm like, okay, how long ago did you buy them? She said about 3 months ago. I told her our return policy is 30 days, and she's like, but they don't work anymore. And I'm like, you have to go through the manufacturer because we only have a 30-day return policy. Blah, 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 blah. And then she started going off on me, and it's like, hey, I'm following company policy. You have to go through Apple now if they don't work. And I know going through Apple's a fucking hassle because I've had to go through it for numerous iPods, which is why I can't stand Apple whatsoever. Apple's probably the worst customer service company in the world. Because I had a couple iPod Touches, and I got that like Apple Care policy bullshit, which said it covered cracks, like accidental cracked screens if you drop it or whatnot. Twice. Dropped the damn thing twice, 2 different iPods. They can't do anything about it, even though it was past the store's return policy. So I was pissed. I was very pissed about that. But then again, customer service, I can't do nothing about it. I just stopped going with Apple. That's why I have a Samsung today. Or I only go with Samsung and Google phones. Nothing Apple. I don't own anything Apple. The only thing Apple I have right now is an iPod Shuffle. Oh, my game kind of hiccup there. But the only thing Apple I have is an iPod Shuffle that I actually found in a laundromat I went to. It was chilling in one of the washers. Still worked, which I thought was a surprise to me. It still worked. So I downloaded 4 gigs of songs on that bitch, and deleted the ones that they had, downloaded 4 gigs of my own songs on there, and I haven't used it for like the last maybe like 7 years. And the only other thing I have Apple is that broken iPod Touch I had. It's just kind of chilling in one of my electronic cabinets, but haven't used it for a long time. Anything music related I just do on my phone through Spotify. So yeah. Oh god, we're tipping. That vehicle's behind me? Yeah, I do. Another prime example of customer, you know, like when you go to Target or Best Buy or Walmart, they have like those pre-sale cards for video games where like they're $1, or I don't know if Walmart does it, but I think just Target does it, where they have like those pre-sale cards. Basically, you pay $1 to pre-order the game, and then when you get the game, you get a $5 gift card. Now, those things are not guaranteed to you. Because yes, you have the card, but nothing in the system shows that you pre-ordered it. Yes, you paid $1 to pre-order. You should get it on that day, but nothing guarantees that because we don't have any way of knowing, like, hey, who bought a card, blah 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 blah. Because you don't have to get that on launch day. You can get it basically any time before the card expires. So this lady came in. She had a prepaid card. We only had 6 of the game that she was wanting. It was the Zelda game for the Wii U. I think it was Breath of the Wild. I think it was some Zelda game. Probably Breath of the Wild, but she had one of those like prepaid cards, came on the day of. And like I said, we only had 6 of them, and that was a popular game, so they went pretty fast. Damn, the sun is blinding me in the game. But we sold them all with it that morning. She came in like, I want to say it was like mid-afternoon, and then I told her that, hey, we got sold out, and she flashed me the card. And I'm like, that doesn't really guarantee you a game because you can get that anytime before it expires. It doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get it on the day of. We only had 6 in this morning, blah, blah, blah. They all sold out pretty quickly. And then she started arguing with me, and she's like, I'm going to go take my business elsewhere. And I'm like, cool, you already paid $1 for the card. Why not just get it here whenever we have it in stock? Like, I've learned within like my 3 years of retail that people think they're entitled to everything just because it's retail. Like, they think that they're entitled to everything, which is not really true. They're not really entitled to anything. I've noticed working at Target that there's been a lot of people with the attitude of, I'm high and mighty, you're a retail worker, you're a peasant, blah blah blah, you're here to serve me, blah 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 blah. When in reality, that's not how it's supposed to be. Yes, we work in retail, but we're not here to technically serve you. We're just here to help you and assist you in anything you need. So don't get all pissy and bitchy at the retail worker just because something's not in stock or something was on the wrong shelf, because most of the time some of your customers put the crap on the wrong shelf, so it's not really our fault. I've seen it happen a lot of times where I've seen people put shit on the wrong shelves right in front of me, and they look at me and they just walk away, and it's like, really, dude, you can't take the extra steps, put it back. Like, fucking, there was this one time I was working in market for a few months, and this one, I don't know who it was, but I really want to fucking strangle him because he put it was like 2 of those Jack's pizzas on an end cap, on a non-freezer end cap, right across from the freezer. Like, he just took them out of the freezer and set them on the end cap and was like, nope, I don't want them. Like, he couldn't have gone the extra mile and put it back in the freezer so somebody else can buy it. But nope. He's like, I'm just going to put this back. Or I'm just going to put this right on the end cap. And it's like, how fucking stupid are you people? That really, like, irritates the hell out of me. When people do shit like that, and we're going to come to this red light here. Kind of feel sad that he turned. We're not following him anymore. I feel really, really sad that he turned. But yeah, that type of shit just irritates the hell out of me. And then this was actually probably one of the most recent ones, but I hope you guys are actually enjoying these stories. I do have a lot more of them, so I hope you guys are enjoying them. We do have about 119 miles left to go, so that should make for hopefully 2 more sheets of stories that I got. But this one was a more recent one. We had a lady on the phone. Apparently she had bought like a 24-inch TV or something, and I couldn't understand a word she was saying. That's the only thing I'm going to say, is I could not understand a word she was saying. So she asked me to speak to my manager. So I'm like, okay. So I gave her the manager and blah, blah, blah. And the manager kind of explained to me the situation, because it was probably the funniest thing she's ever heard of in her entire life. And to say probably the funniest thing and the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my entire life was she bought like it was one of those tiny ass TVs, like a 24-inch or something like that. But apparently the screen was cracked when she got it. Apparently it was her second one, or so she claims to be her second one. And you'll notice a lot in retail, people lie a lot, which I've come to notice. But apparently it was her second one. So she was on the phone all pissed off, blah, 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 blah. And she told us that she wanted us to write down her name, her phone number, her address, and her social security number. And in my head, I'm thinking, why on earth are you going to give us your social security number? We did not fucking hit that sign. But yeah, like, you want us to write down all that and your social security number? Like, what do you want us to do with that information? Oh, I was like, did that bus just run a red light? But like, what do you want us to do with that information? Like, there's nothing we can do with your social security number. And then apparently she had like no way of getting a ride into where we were at, because she apparently lived like 45 minutes away or something. So we told her to come in, or the manager told her to come in, and she said she couldn't, and she demanded that we paid for her cab ride there and back. And I'm like, no, we're not going to pay you for your cab ride just to come here. This is not our fault that the TV's broken. You could have broken and taken it home. You could have broken and taken it out of the box. Just because it was broken doesn't make it our fault. And I'm like, that one probably tops the cake of the Idiot of the Year award for 2018. I was going to say, don't you go, dude. Do not go. Yeah, that one probably does top the cake for like Idiot of the Year award 2018. Looks like we're making a right-hand turn over here. And then another thing is we have a bunch of controller boosters. Now, if you don't know what controller boosters are, basically they're people that steal. We've had about four different people of these. One of them was like our main one, and then the rest were just copycats. Basically what they would do is they would steal controllers, video games, anything they could make a buck off for their crack money, because the first one were crackheads, or the first 2 people were crackheads. I don't know about this one. But what they would do is they just wipe the controllers, cut the spider wraps off, and then take them like GameStop. Or we also have a store here called Disc Replay, also called Mega Replay, if y'all know what that is. And then basically what they would do is, I do apologize for cutting him off, but I had to get to this on-ramp here. But basically what they would do is they would just take him off, sell him, and sell him for drug money. Now, the first one was a crack addict. One of them was a meth addict, and I believe these two are probably meth addicts as well, because they'd come in every day and just kind of wipe us out. So, they were pretty clever, too. They knew how to rip off lock peg hooks. They knew how to cut spider apps without the spider apps going off. They knew how to wiggle them off and everything, so they were pretty freaking clever. They knew what they were doing. Because we had our first couple go to jail, so they're probably still in jail for retail theft right now. So they're pretty... Why do you want me to go backwards? What the hell? I'm so confused. They want me to turn around. I don't understand it. I don't know. I don't know, but we're going to make this turn anyway. I don't know. I don't know. But they'd also break, like, the security cases. The game would come in and everything. So, yeah, they were pretty clever. I'm very confused. I don't think I made a wrong turn or anything. I'm very confused right now. But there was another thing where Target, one of Target's, like, assistant managers at my store, actually lost about $16,000 or $17,000 worth of merchandise because of her stupidity. And yes, I'm going to say her stupidity, because we had a power outage at the store. So all the coolers and everything were shut down. So when that's supposed to happen, we're supposed to shut down or take the stuff out of them and, like, try to fit them in the coolers in the back and everything if we can. So what this person does is she decides to get call up the team that was closing that night and get them to put everything on vehicles and stuff, everything that was in the coolers and freezers, or it was more of the coolers than the freezers. It was like where the yogurts and the eggs and stuff are, like dairy products and all that. So she puts them in this room called an ambient room. Now, there are coolers in the ambient room. You just have to open them. You have to open the door and put them in there. The ambient room is like a room temperature type thing. It's not too cold. It's like a warm environment, which they keep, like, Nestle, like, crackers and cookies and stuff. So she left everything from the cooler in there. She could have easily put it in, like, the produce cooler or the meat cooler. More so the produce cooler and the dairy cooler, but she decided not to. So she left everything in the ambient room. So, of course, by the next morning, everything rotted. So that was about 17 grand thrown away. And then I'm pretty sure they tried to claim insurance fraud because they're trying to get money back for all that. Dude, you have a wide open road. Why are you stopping? Oh my lord. Oh god, this is gonna suck. Go! Okay, I guess you're gonna let me. Good lord, what fucking stupid in this. People are literally stupid in this game. Good lord. So yeah. So we had to throw everything out in the dumpster. It was probably one of my favorite days at Target, was just kind of chilling outside, scanning items, and then throwing them in the dumpster. I thought that was a pretty fun day. It was pretty fun, I gotta say, just chilling outside, you know. Nothing wrong with that. It's a nice day too, which made it a lot better. I got to talk to people, which is a lot better too. You know, I hardly ever talk to people, or I hardly ever talk to this dude that I'm really cool with that we used to game sometimes back when I first started. So I've talked to him forever. But yeah, it was probably the stupidest thing ever, or the stupidest situation I've ever been in, because instead of putting it like in the coolers and stuff where it's cold, no, I'm just gonna throw it where it's room temperature. So it's like, yeah. These are the people I used to work with. Now, don't get me wrong, there were cool people I worked with as well, but I don't really have any stories with them. That'll probably make you guys laugh, so. But I mean, I'm just kind of going through the dumbest people I've met so far at my career at Target. But yeah, I have met a lot of cool people working. I have met a lot of cool customers, or guests as Target calls them. But I have met a lot of cool people there as well, but this is more kind of just the idiots, we'll call it, that I used to work with. Or used to see on a daily basis. Now, if you're going into a store, and let's say you saw an item that was on sale last week, don't get mad at the retail worker because it's not on sale this week. That's not how it works. If the sale ends last week, you can't actually get it on sale this week unless it's still on sale for that same price, which it wasn't. And she got mad at me because it wasn't on sale. And it's like, how's that my fault? I don't make the prices. Blah, 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 blah. And then I saw on one of my friend's Facebook pages who actually worked that were with me. Apparently, some lady came in on Wednesday, which was before this year's Black Friday, and she was asking if she can get a Black Friday price sale on Wednesday. Whenever they told her no, apparently she said, "Why not? I'm here right now." Like, that's not how this works. If it's a Black Friday sale, you're not going to get it early unless it's like an early Black Friday sale. Like, people are just dumb. Like, I hate to admit it, but some people, when they walk into a store, it's like they leave their head, it's like they leave their brain outside the door, and it's like, yep, we're brain dead. I swear to God. And then it's like those people that, it kind of makes me laugh a little bit, but it's those people that won't even look for the item they're looking for. They'll look for an employee, and then it's like, hey, where's your printer ink? Oh, it's right behind you. Oh, I didn't even see that. Yeah, because you weren't even looking. You were trying to look for one of us. It's like, if you can't find the item, just look for it first. And if you can't really find it, find an employee. Don't just be like, not even look for it and be like, yeah, where's it at? Nice turn signal, motherfucker. Good lord. And then it also, like, kind of ties back to that one lady that was buying the air fresheners. It's when people read different labels and demand the price. Like at Target, the labels are going to be underneath your product. So I had some lady come, it was read the price above the item, thinking that was what it's for, and she demanded that price, even though we showed her that no, this is the price, that's for the item above, blah 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 blah. She still demanded that price because it wasn't clear to her. And it's like, how is it not clear to you? It's right underneath the item. It shows you what the item is. It gives you a description. It's like, really? 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 And here I'm not trying to like bash on these people. I mean, maybe I kind of am. But I'm here kind of more just to entertain you guys with the stories. Now, like I said in the beginning, I was kind of irritated at first. But if I kind of seem irritated right now, I'm really not. It's just going back and looking through all these stories, it still kind of just irritates me a little bit because of how people are. How rude they treat people like retail workers and stuff like that. How badly we get treated when we're just trying to do our jobs. We can bypass another way station. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. We have about 14 miles left to go. So I don't think I'm going to get into too many more stories. But the last one I think I'm actually going to talk about is one I had an experience with a truck driver. I was actually closing with one of my cool managers I was actually cool with. She was probably one of my favorite ones. I was closing with her. And then she got a call saying that the truck driver needed help with the trailer. Because apparently we're supposed to get a double that day. He didn't know what trailer he was supposed to take. Now this dude was fat as fuck. That's all I'm going to say. He had a Freightliner truck. Freightliner FLD, I think. This dude could not even get in and out of his truck. Ooh, hey, look, Klamath Falls discovered. Awesome. But yeah, this guy could not even get in and out of his truck whatsoever. It was a struggle. It was a struggle. So he was kind of showing me, because I kind of told him I was thinking of becoming a truck driver. So we went out there. He was kind of showing me like what I needed to do and whatnot. Like with the pin locks and the trailer legs, how to lift them up, how to put a pin lock on and whatnot. So he dropped the trailer off. I put the pin lock on it because apparently he couldn't do it, or he didn't know how to do it or something like that. Even though he said he'd been a trucker for like 20 years, he didn't know how to put a pin lock on the trailer. This doesn't make any sense to me, but be my guest, I guess. And then along with that, he couldn't get his trailer legs off of our trailer lifted up, so he had me do it because he was like running out of breath. He literally spun the thing like I want to say maybe 4 times around. He was already out of breath, and I'm like, oh my lord. So there I was spinning the trailer things on for him. And then he was kind of explaining to me like what it needs to become a truck driver, that they need truck drivers, blah blah blah. I mean, don't get me wrong, he was a pretty cool guy. He was an awesome guy. This is probably one of the first stories I'm going to be telling about an awesome person. He was kind of giving me a rundown of like what you need to do, what you need to apply for, how to get your CDL, blah blah blah. And I gotta say, he made it seem easier than how I thought it was gonna be. So then he offered me, after we did everything, he offered me some Coke. Not Coke, not like cocaine, but like he said he had some Coca-Cola in a fridge in his truck, and I said whatever, nah, I'm good. He went back in, he took the empty trailer, dropped the loaded trailer, and that was it. Well, it looks like we'll actually be turning into here. Oh god. So we're turning into a scrap avalanche steel. I had a feeling this was going to be a scrapyard. Alright, buds, where do y'all want it at? Damn, this is brand new. I've never seen a scrapyard in this game before like this. This is definitely brand new. So they got some scrap cars. I still don't see where they want this bad boy at. Oh, I see it now. How are we gonna get in there is my question. Oh god, we're stuck. How are we gonna get into there is my question. Alright. The only thing though with the Volvo I've noticed is that like I threw those lights up there on the roof. They don't actually work. I'm backing it up to a spot where it's supposed to go at, but I'm not even sure where it's at. I know it's through that, through this opening over here. And then all I have to do is, I believe, make a, hard left. That's all I know. Is that now I have to make a very hard left to actually get in there. That's all I know. Oh yeah, that's gonna be a fucking bitch to do. Good lord. Yeah, that's definitely gonna be a bitch. Look at that, they got a broken dump truck over there. That's awesome. I've never, or no, it's not a dump truck. That's an actual truck. Damn. That's different. They got some brand new vehicles here as well. This is gonna be a big pain in the ass. Especially with those crates over there. That's gonna be more of a pain in the ass than I would like it to be. Oh, and it's starting to rain, it looks like. It is starting to rain. Man, they really did not make this easy for us, did they? Uh-oh, my game... Okay, I thought my game just, like, completely froze. They really did not make this easy for us, did they? Out of all the spots, they decided to choose the one in this very corner. Done. We got stuck on that a little bit, but that's all good. That's all good. Excellent score. With 361 miles, made $12,937. 816 XP. Still level 45. We're almost up to, gonna be up to level 46, which I'm excited about. So I'm very happy about that. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Give it a thumbs up if you did show your support. Drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think of these stories. Let me know if you want to see more of these videos with these stories. I hope you guys do, because they're pretty fucking hilarious to me, and they do irritate me a little bit, but that's alright. Make sure you guys join that Discord server. Follow me on social medias, Twitter, Instagram. If you want Snapchat, I care less. Go follow me on Snapchat if you want. But yeah, guys, that's going to go and do it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Take care.